Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of gold and silver. We'll go through the dollar, the 10-year yield, hit some of those things as well, and I'll give you my financial opinion. So let's dive into it. We've got the dollar here. The dollar is rocketing higher today, up 0.61%. We are on top of a pattern that we have gotten on top of, and it sure looks like it wants to go higher. This is bullish for the dollar. We've gotten short-term weakness in the overall markets. Dollar's getting stronger. The 10-year yield has declined some. We're down 3.49%. It is a battle basically at this white line. That is a resistance line. We broke above it, and we've been dangling right around its support / resistance. So on a short termer, we've got support, and it's acting as support. On a monthly candlestick, it is acting as resistance. So depending on the time frame that you choose or select to look at, you can view this as both of those things. And looking at the bond market, we do have a bullish hammer pattern forming where we could head potentially higher in the short term. We can see some nice bullish engulfing and some moves potentially higher in the bond market. Looking at gold, and given the strong dollar, gold has really just moved sideways. It hasn't done much. It's sitting on top of a pattern still. And we've got small down days, larger up days. The traits are all there for gold to continue higher, but it's not going to like a stronger dollar, at least relative dollar. Silver, we've been moving sideways, small down day today, and then platinum, basically flat today, a little wick at the top. This one is still moving in its descending wedge type pattern on top of another large wedge pattern. This is logarithmic, if you were to look at it from this perspective there. And we've been moving sideways for the past few months for platinum. XEU to gold ratio, we are still heading lower. That is not good for gold and silver mining companies. And we've broken to the downside here. We're playing with this support line that we've broken to the downside. And we still have not broken the long-term downtrend in the ratio. The majority of the companies are pulling back. We've got a little, it is a hammer pattern to some degree, but I'd like to see buyers step in before I do anything myself. But we're getting some down days in some of the resource stocks. EXK is right on its support trend line. That one still looks good. We just need buyers to show up. And it's sitting on top of a pattern. That's typically where I like to look at it. Fortuna Silver Mines, very similar to EXK. We basically fell out of this falling wedge, and we're moving sideways, drifting slightly lower to sideways. SILJ, very much like the other ones, we're on this downtrend line. We're hugging it right now. And the buyers have not stepped in here and done anything with any of these mining companies. GDX still selling off, starting to fall below its support line going across. On a big picture view, that's the support line. It's breaking to the downside on a monthly candlestick. Obviously, we don't want to see this. And in the short term, we could see more downside pain until the buyers step in here. And we have not seen that yet. Metallic Minerals Corporation moving sideways. We've got Koya Resources getting more selling pressure. That does look like it could potentially head lower. Discovery Silver right at support. We'll see if that support line holds. We've got First Majestic Silver, slight down day today. Again, the support line's underneath it a little ways below it. We've got Newmont selling off today, like the rest of the crew. Mag Silver. Hopefully it comes on up here. Mag Silver, Mag Silver, small down day, mainly flat. We have the large buying pressure day, the bullish engulfing. I mean, it looked good coming up here, and then we just died out. We died out. Yamana Gold moving sideways. Impact Silver getting more sell-off. We could see more further downside there. Aftermath Silver moving sideways. PLG right on support. We'll see if that support line holds. Siboney Stillwater moving sideways. The royalty companies, Sandstorm Gold moving sideways. Still between this resistance line and support line. Franco-Nevada moving sideways, 0.3%. That is right on the support area zone. We do have a bearish engulfing right here before it, though. We'll see. We'll see what happens. EMX moving sideways above the support line. Teuton Resources going higher today. Wheaton Precious Metals moving sideways to lower, down about 1%. Down 1%, just moving sideways. We're still well above. We're within the pattern, and we're above the support line. Gold Royalty Corporation, this guy is selling off, continues to sell off. This is definitely not a favorite amongst some of these investors. They've been getting a lot of selling pressure. Metallo Royalty, small little update, just basically getting some support. Mavericks Metals above the support line, small update today. Royal Gold getting a little bit of selling pressure here today. Could go down a little bit further in the short term. This looks like a hammer pattern. Could have some buying support underneath it for a Cisco Gold Royalty. And then Altius getting some selling pressure. This could head lower here in the short term with a bearish engulfing. And it finished quite strong to the downside. Buyers and sellers are dueling this out in a lot of these companies in the commodity sector. So gold and silver, the mining companies, they don't look great. I don't see any bottoming type patterns. I would just be holding on myself. I'm looking for buying pressure, and I still see selling pressure across the board here that shows up. And the precious metals themselves don't look that bad. Gold looks good. It's sitting on top of a pattern. It's not really selling off very much. But the mining companies definitely have more selling pressure. Platinum doesn't look too bad. It's kind of just moving sideways right now, where the buyers equal the sellers. It's also at a pretty good price, in my opinion. Ratios are all looking very good. And a lot of the companies, I don't see the buying pressure yet. And every time I think we try to put together a move to the upside, we get selling pressure and we get a fat down candlestick. It's like, come on, guys, what the heck? I do own this stuff. I am not going to sell anything in any of the commodities that I own holdings, but we are seeing some downside pressure across the board. And remember, I don't make my decisions based off of short-term price movements or short-term price action. We could be going down and I could still remain incredibly bullish in this sector. I still remain bullish in all this stuff. So I'm just stating that because I know a lot of people listen to this. They get very influenced by short-term price movements, and then they create a narrative based off the short-term price movement. So the fundamentals are good, but the short-term price action is we could have more pain here. If you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website below. Platinum membership if you guys are interested. And we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.